So it is time. The first Love and Deepspace girly podcast is here, and I'm so excited to speak to three other wonderful, lovely creators today. And I gotta say, I'm so excited for this. We all have a lot of talk about. We're all very opinionated. We have a lot to discuss. So first of all, I would love to go around everybody. If you want to give like a quick introduction about yourself, who you are, your channel, what you cover, and all that good stuff. So we'll go around one by one, and we will start with the wonderful Oofy TV. Oofy, tell us a little bit about yourself, girl.
Hi, I'm Oofy. I'm in VTuber mode today. I'm usually not 2D, but because all of my friends are 2D, I decided to join the gang. But I do gacha stuff, a lot of honkai things, Honkai Impact Third Star Rail, all that kind of stuff, lore things. But most recently, Love and Deepspace. Let's go.
Hell yeah, you are the go-to lore girly for all things gacha, and everybody knows it. So I'm looking forward to what you're cooking for Love and Deepspace, by the way, because I know it's gonna be
I've got a couple of videos, couple scripts.
Yep,
couple scripts going.
I'm excited for this. And then we have the lovely Tama. Hi Tama, how are you?
Yes, hello. My name is Tama Magatama. I am a full-time artist and content creator. I cover Love and Deepspace specifically on my YouTube channel, and on my Twitch channel, I'm a variety gamer. So check me out when you guys can.
Hell yeah. Also, if you're in chat right now, everyone's YouTube links are in the pinned currently. So if you want to go check everyone out, give them a sub, that would be absolutely amazing. I appreciate you. And finally, we have Lynn, the Gacha Goblin. How are you, girl?
Hey, it's nice being here. Thank you for inviting me. I am Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and I cover Love and Deepspace on my channel, and a little bit of Honkai Star Rail and Weathering Waves, but I am very much a casual gamer, so, yeah.
That's my girl. Radio's going crazy. Even on Twitter, Radio was like, oh my god, you've got the Gacha Goblin. So we were excited to have you here, Lynn. I appreciate you for being here. So great. So I figured we can go right ahead and kind of, we'll talk about some surface level things, here and there about Love and Deepspace. So I'd like to ask, why did you guys, firstly, want to play Love and Deepspace? Have you played any other gachas before this? Why specifically the men gacha? And then why did you decide to make content about the Hot Man gacha game? So, Oofy, why Love and Deepspace?
So I actually saw Love and Deepspace like way before I started playing it. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, it's just another Atomi game. I tried Atomi games in the past and I just never stuck to them. But then I started seeing more and more stuff, and like the Misty invasion, and I was like, okay, we got to at least try it out and see. And now it is the only freaking game that I log into every single day and do my dailies. The only game that I log into on Mondays and complete the entire weekly checklist on Monday. Like, it is the only game that I do every single day.
I remember the conversations back and forth that I've had with Oofy about Sylus when we were both first started playing this game. It
was so unhinged. It was awesome.
We were just like spamming other creators as well with our like thirst for like this man gacha.
God, we got Hex on the bandwagon too. That was great.
That was so funny. I can also admit I am so like I kind of played at the same time. For me, it was the release of Sylus, the 2.0. That got me interested. That was it for me. I saw the ads, I saw the trailers, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe
yes, whenever you were posting all that, that's what got me to play too. So it's your fault.
Listen, everyone needs to be exposed to this gacha. I don't care who you are, what gachas you've played. Everyone should try it once. Give it a try.
I agree.
Absolutely. How about you, Tama?
So, funny enough, so I discovered Love and Deepspace like back in, I want to say November, because I remember this very vividly. I was actually on vacation and visiting my family for Christmas time, and I was just scrolling through TikTok, and And I saw an advertisement for Love and Deepspace at the time being like, oh, hey, we have an open beta or like or closed beta. I don't remember which beta it was. But I was like, hey, do you want to apply? Like, here's the link. And I'm like, you know what? I'll try it. It's fine. If I get into the beta, it's fine. I didn't get into the beta, which makes me very sad. But and then I forgot about it for like months until January came around, and then I got a notification on my phone being like, "Love and Deepspace has been pre-installed on your phone. Feel free to log in and create your character." And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot about this game. You know what? Okay, I'll do it." It was downhill from there. And ever since the game launched and I started playing, I was like, wow, this is the copium I needed.
Exactly. It's so funny because, funnily enough, when I was first getting into Love and Deepspace, I was looking around to see like other creators, and you were like the only person in like the EN space who had like actually made like a bunch of videos for the game beforehand. Like you were like early, like back in like January, you were making videos about Love and Deepspace. So like, why did you decide to like make content like so early for it?
Okay, so if I remember correctly, it was just mostly an experimental thing because I am still on my content creation journey, and like I was like, man, I really need to start a YouTube channel. And the best advice I saw for starting a YouTube channel is just to hyper focus on something. And I was enjoying Love and Deepspace, and I noticed there wasn't like a lot of like, I guess, reaction content or just general coverage for the game. Like it was mostly just gameplay at the time. And like showing off all the memories and whatnot. I was like, you know what? I think I got something here. So I just started. I started it also mostly because I was participating in a VTuber boot camp.
Ooh.
Where like basically the requirement was, okay, you got to make a video a week, and then so we'll see how you do. I unfortunately dropped out because I ended up getting jury duty, but it still started it still started my like passion for like, okay, I'm gonna start making YouTube videos. It got me there. So.
No, like even like the way you edit your videos is like so good and so clean, like every single time. So no, absolutely great job. So that's wonderful. And then we have Lynn. Why Love and Deepspace out of all the gachas? And why did you start making content? I feel like we kind of started at like a very similar time, so I'm very curious, like what convinced you to play?
So, yeah. Well, I was playing, all of my other gachas, and then I ended up finishing all of the story and catching up with all of them, so I was kind of bored. And I was looking for like an atonement game to play. And I had previously played Mystic Messenger, and I absolutely love that game. So I was looking for something around like the same vibe, and I came across Love and Deepspace. I downloaded it, not really expecting to see 3D animated men throughout the entire game. I thought that they would be like, the 16-bit whatever kind of action things that you get in other games, but I don't know, I fell in love with the game. And then eventually after the the initial like newbie experience, you kind of like hit a wall in the game, and I was like, wait a minute, why does it feel so like crap now? So then I started looking on YouTube to see if anybody had put up guides, or like if I was the only one who was experiencing, maybe I was doing something wrong, but I didn't see anybody do that. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something that I can do here. Maybe I can make a channel. So yeah, that's how I started.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's one of those things, like even when it comes to gacha games specifically, I feel you can people appreciate you explaining things in simple terms. So, what is your guys' like current sentiment around the game? Because like gacha overall right now is kind of facing a little bit of like a downtrend of how people are consuming gacha content. Do you think this applies to Love and Deepspace? Are you positive about it? Are you negative about it? Or are you kind of unsure the sentiment of where the game's going right now? Or are you guys happy? I'll open this floor to anyone who wants to answer first. So are you happy, negative? Like what's up?
I think it kind of does it a little different than a lot of other gacha games, because I feel like all the other games have like a very clear plan, and they like let everyone know like what's coming in the next like 3 or 4 weeks, sometimes even like a whole other month ahead. Whereas we get an update like 3 days before it actually comes. So we're
like,
always on our toes.
It really is like a guess who of like what the fuck's gonna be next, you know what I mean? Like we have no idea.
Because I hate when I make an update video and then the next day they add more updates to it, and I'm like, God damn, Are you serious?
Bro.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so real. I remember, like, was it the other day? I knew that there was, like, either that day or the next day there was going to be, like, a new trailer dropping. And I was like, I need to be up at 4 a.m. so I can see what it's going to be, because we have no idea. Like, it was just, it's just crazy. And, you know, goddamn. How about you guys? Like, what do you think about your current feelings towards beta releases?
Kind of just to add on to Oofy's, like my past experience, like I hate that they announce things so last minute, like days before the new banner drops or whatever, because the most frustrating thing is because now I'm making YouTube content around it, and I want to be able to, like, okay, I need to react to the trailer like right now and post it ASAP. And I was actually away for TwitchCon. Like, I was traveling out to TwitchCon, and the day before, luckily before the day before, the Thorns Under the Moon trailer dropped. And I'm like, oh yes, okay, cool. I can react, I can post, I'm good. And then the next day, they dropped the trailer for the Wander and Wonder, and I'm like, I'm away.
I was so pissed when that came out because I was also at TwitchCon.
Oh my god, that trailer was insane.
It was.
If I wasn't vendoring at TwitchCon in the artist alley, like, I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna make sure to bring a work laptop so I can at least react to it or something. But no, it's like I had.
Wait, you were a vendor at TwitchCon?
Yeah, I was in the artist alley. Was in the artist alley.
Did you sell Love and Deepspace art?
Yes, I did.
A Sylus art piece?
Not an art piece. That is a friend of mine that I know made a really awesome Sylus poster.
Okay, because I scoured that place for Love and Deepspace and Sylus, and I found one, and I bought it.
Yeah, I mostly sell stickers and like smaller things. Like I plan to actually have charms soon, but yeah.
That's so adorable.
Yeah, I got the one Sylus piece I saw in the whole artist alley.
Hell yeah, let's go. So many people were.
Bro, I'm so jealous that I can't go to TwitchCon. It's literally halfway across the world for me. It's so annoying.
I mean, you can always go to the EU one.
Oh, everyone knows that's us. Like, no one goes to EU.
Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, my EU friends. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Please, please, I beg for forgiveness. Okay. How about Lynn? How do you feel about your current sentiments towards battle pools or the game in general right now?
Frustrated, honestly. I mean, yeah, the marketing for the game is absolute trash, if you ask me. It's just like compared to like other games that we've been playing.
Yep.
Like, you know, anything from Hoyo, you get weeks notice before a banner or a character comes out, but like you only get max 5 days, not even, sometimes even just 2 days before we know what's coming out. So it's frustrating. Yeah, the banner pulls are frustrating, and no reruns. That's
we will get to that. Don't worry, I have a whole question about reruns. We will absolutely talk about that. Part of me feels as though that it's almost intentional. The way they do their banners and marketing is intentional. They want to keep you in the dark because they want I feel they want as much FOMO as possible. Exactly. They want you to be like, oh, what's next? Oh, it's a Sylus card. Oh, we got to pull. Oh, it's Xavier's birthday. That's a big thing. Oh, it's a Raphael. Like, they want you to be pulling on every single banner and keep you in the dark. And that kind of ties into some of their more predatory practices. I feel this
100%.
This is not a podcast to shit on Love and Deepspace, but I do want to point out some of the controversial things that happen that maybe some people don't really want to talk about. Because there's a lot of people in the community who are like, oh, you can't say bad things about the game because it's not nice. But I think it's perfectly fine to criticize something when it deserves to be.
I think it's important.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely. Constructive criticism is definitely important, very much so.
100%.
Yeah, how else are they gonna change their game or do things to make their player base happy if they don't get criticism from their fans?
Exactly, 100%. So with that being said, are you guys free to play? Have you spent money? I just want to get a heads up. How many of you have spent money?
I have a whole video exposing my expenditure in the game. So
Oh no! I won't ask you how much specifically I feel comfortable in saying. So I'm taking that as a big fat no.
It's definitely 4 figures for sure. Maybe by the 1 year anniversary it might hit 5. I don't know. I've lost track.
Oh, sorry, I leaned back in my chair. My model disconnected. 4 figures! We got a whale in the chat. Oh my god.
What? I told you, copium.
Oh my god. That's insane. Okay, who have you spent the most money on? Can I ask that? Like, who?
Oh, yeah. 100% Zane. No questions asked. Zane, 100%. He is my absolute, like, I have been thirsting over fictional characters for like years and years and years, and I definitely have a type. Zane is that type.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
That's
oh my
great.
God. How about any of you guys? Have you spent money, and if so, who have you spent the most money on?
So I actually don't know how much I've actually spent, and I've probably done that on purpose, subconsciously.
Same.
But
I don't want to see the bills.
Yes, I don't want to look at it, but I know I press purchase at least every week. So I pay for the Aurum Pass, the like $5 or the $5 Aurum Pass, the Battle Pass, and the 7-day login thing that you pay for every week. I've been paying for that every single week.
Oh my gosh.
For like 2 months now.
Yeah.
And it's like $7.
I feel like
God, but that's pretty much
that's what
it.
a lot of people do. They go for the Aura Pass weekly. Like, a lot of people go for the weekly when it's a banner they really want. So they'll get the 7-day on that banner specifically to like get a better luck. But yeah, I think most people that I know have got the Aura Pass like at some point. For sure. That's what I've
think
done.
whenever Misty Invasion came out.
Oh my god.
And I think Misty Invasion was the one that I actually like bought packages for. I think I bought packages for at least one banner.
Yeah. We'll talk about the packages and the gacha system, absolutely. How about you, Lynn? Are you free to play, or if not, who have you spent the most money on? Spill the beans.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I am not free to play. When the first, I didn't understand what myth banners were. So when I experienced Xavier's myth banner the first time, I was like, oh, okay, I got one of the, one half of it. And then when I realized you had to get the other half too, the other 5-star, I was like, oh my god, I didn't save for any of that. That's when I started spending. I started buying the packs and the Aurum Pass and then the 7-day week thingy. And yeah, I'm a spender, but I don't know how much I've spent. As for who I've spent the most on, up until this point, probably Zane. The next would be Sylus. But so far, I've pulled on pretty much all the banners. Yeah.
I find it really interesting. In the EN side of the community, I found that Zane and Sylus are like the most popular. Whereas that's not necessarily the case in like the CN community. It's very interesting how it's like different for both of them. But no, Zane, Sylus, clearly some of the top boys here, especially in this call right now. We got some people looking to spend big for their favorite LIs. And that brings
I'm a Sylus girly. I'm a Sylus girly.
Same.
Through and through.
I
talked about this with my chat too, and we have nailed down that I am obsessed with very unhinged, crazy, psycho, white-haired husbandos. The more crazy, the more psycho, the more bad, the better.
Ufi just likes a bad boy. That's what she wants. She wants a white-haired bad boy.
I do.
No,
we even talked about how I do like Raphael. He would be my second. But I think it's not a romantic thing. Like I do love him as a person. I'm not attracted to him, but it's because we are the same person. So that is why I like
You can
Raphael.
relate to him, sort of.
platonic love.
He is me. He is pathetic like me.
I feel the same way, Ufi. Like I don't find, nothing against Raphael girlies. I don't find him super attractive most of the time, but there are times when he in Ebb and Flow, in that story, that was a time that I was like, oh, he does have an attractive side too.
Oh,
he's definitely a pretty boy.
The last multi-banner we had with in the grassland,
Oh
whatever
my
it was.
gosh.
I can't remember what it was called. But that Raphael one,
I was
So
screaming. I was
so
screaming. That
good.
was insane. Raphael girlies
So
ate good with that one. The grape? Are you kidding me? What were they doing?
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah,
great,
I
licking your
actively
arm,
watch
the
that.
tongue
I
movement,
actively watch it.
getting hot thinking about it.
There's
Oh
a
my God.
rotation of Kindled that I watch like every night.
Rotation of Kindled.
It's got a rotation. It's a good night bedtime story.
I'm so serious. There's an order to it.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. I need to get into this. What order? Who?
So it goes from like least spicy to most spicy.
You gotta,
So
yeah, gotta end the session with a bang. Yeah, I get it.
So it ends with either. It depends on how I'm feeling, but it usually ends with either the Zane on the couch or the last Raphael one with the grape. And usually second to last is the Sylus in the shower. But yeah, usually it starts off with the Xavier Misty invasion, and then the Sylus Misty invasion, and then the Zane Misty invasion.
Misty invasion. Oh my God.
And then the Raphael fragrance one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was.
Oh,
about
is that the one on the chair?
That one did get me.
Is that
that
the one
one
always
did
on the
get me.
chair tied up, or am I going crazy?
No, the fragrance where you have like the perfume and it makes him like.
Oh,
It makes him go Lulu.
I see. My bad. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and
Like
then
catnip or something.
the last one with the grape
Ends
it. Is the finisher.
I think we can
Ends
all
the
agree,
rotation.
though, that Misty Invasion banner did things to the whole community. Like, the devs,
No, I
they
feel like it
opened the
brought
floodgates.
in new blue players.
Oh my God, it so
Yeah.
did.
Alone.
Absolutely
Like,
did.
Sylus no
It
defense
made me
zone.
wish I started earlier.
They opened the doors with Sylus no defense zone. I'm like, okay, we'll try a bit more spice now. And then Misty Invasion came right after, and it was like, yep, we're all in for a good time. It was crazy. Oh my God.
The
Really,
floor
I feel
is
like
wet.
They were edging the entire community for like what, 6 months until Misty Invasion came out. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, it's
Yeah,
it
100%.
was crazy.
Oh my God, you're so true. Oh, it's so true. Anyway, that's the first bit of Gouda talk of the evening, guys. I mean, there we go. There'll be plenty more. Don't worry. Plenty more Gouda talks here. So, going back to what we were kind of talking about earlier. So, your thoughts on the gacha system. Is it more predatory compared to other gachas you've played? Also, I'd like to get a quick temperature check. Do you guys play other gacha games? And if so, like, what do you play? Just real quick. Like, what do you all play?
I play literally fucking like anything. I mostly try to stick to at least two. At least two. So right now it's Weathering Waves and Honkai Impact Third.
Honkai Impact Third.
So.
Amazing. What about you, Tama? What do you play?
So I was a previous Genshin player, and I dipped out like a little bit after in a minute, mostly just pumping out characters that I potentially needed, and I'm like, I had to get another character
So I
to
feel
progress
about
through the next
Star
area.
Rail.
Yeah, like after that, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
Gachas
Also,
are
I need more
predatory.
substance to the characters. I need backstory. I'm like
So
a
true.
lore garden hoe. Okay.
Oh, that
That's
is
how
so
I feel
true.
about Star Rail.
Yes. That's why I'm kind of glad in Star Rail we went back to the Lorfu a bit, because it kind of like gave me more backstory for like Jingyuan, for example, or like Yanqing.
Yeah.
Like I actually
Yeah.
felt better going back to the Lorfu a little bit. Just it kind of made me feel a bit happy that they cared for old characters in a way. How about you, Lynn?
Yeah.
What gachas do you play?
Currently HSR
Mhm.
and Weathering Waves. I used to be a Genshin player. I stopped playing. Oh God, what's that region called? The one with all the water. I
Oh,
forgot what it's
Fontaine.
called.
Fontaine?
Fontaine.
Yeah, Fontaine.
Yeah.
Fontaine's story was super fun,
Oh,
and then
so
I stopped
good.
playing after that. But yeah, those are the games that I play.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so all of us are familiar with other gachas and other gacha systems here. So tell me, how do you people feel about Love and Deepspace's gacha system compared to these other ones? Like, honestly, I'll just start by saying I think they are very smart. I'm giving a round of applause for the devs to doing what they do, because they make you spend money for their banners, right?
Yeah.
The quad
Yup.
5-star banners, rewards for even pulling on these banners is crazy. Something that other gachas do not do. On top of that, even having like cheaper packs on discount sales every time they have a new banner is insane. All of these factors for me contribute to them to like really focus on pushing a predatory monetization system greater than all the others. So how do you guys feel about this system? Do you think it's healthy? Do you think it will get worse? Like what's your vibe check on this?
I hope it doesn't get worse.
Yeah, same.
It's already hard enough.
Yeah, I understand like why they're being so aggressive with the marketing, because they really want this game to see, like, because we are still within the first year. The first year is the big make or break for any game. Like if they do not succeed in the first year, they're doomed from the get-go, because they need to have players invested. And honestly, it's really smart with what they're doing with the marketing. Like, as frustrating as it is for the players, like at least we're getting like a little bit more of something out of the polls, not just, oh hey, have a PNG, ta-da.
Yeah. I do think it could be like counterproductive for them in the long run, considering how there's no reruns. So like the new player experience is going to be freaking butts. Eventually.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's why I'm hoping like maybe for their 1 year that they'll have like a special like rerun banner or something for like all of like the different memories that were released in the past year. That's my hope.
Yeah, especially with like how hard it is to like get affinity and like diamonds and stuff. there needs to be something to change.
No, 100%.
But what's that called? If they have another one of those like Pulse Hunt banners, I hope that they change it at least a little bit, because that Pulse Hunt banner was so scammy. Just in my opinion. I mean, especially that first random crate, that it wasn't even labeled as a random crate. Now, unless you click on it, it looks like a regular 5 selector.
Yeah, that you could pick, and it wasn't. I had to spend what 150 pulls or whatever it was, 200 to get like the actual like pick one. Oh my god, that was so That was
I personally liked it for like the fact that like, okay, if I wanted to like just focus on getting Sylus's memories, because you need to collect the memories to do all the D space trials and whatnot, like cool, great, but like for anyone else that already has like a majority of like all the memories and stuff, it's not great.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, and I feel it's kind of important to know. We kind of touched on reruns a little bit. This was a question I was going to save for later, but this is a good way to bring it up now. Do you think they'll add reruns? Personally, I think compared to other gacha games, the worth of a rerun is far less, purely because I believe people mostly pull on the memories to experience the actual story itself and like the kindle and the memory. I don't think the majority of people who play Love and Deepspace will play for like the battling system. If that's my assumption, so they play for the memory and the story. And if they don't manage to get their memory that they want in the banner, they'll go and watch it somewhere else. And then after they've watched it somewhere else, they're far less likely to pull if a rerun were to come about. So that's why I feel as though they don't introduce them anytime soon, because there isn't that huge incentive for them to do so. So maybe they'll bring them back for year anniversaries. I would see that as a thing that they would absolutely doing, but I don't see them doing it anytime soon for that reason. What do y'all guys think?
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if they do reruns, it's going to be very, very sparse, and like I would assume like maybe 1 or twice a year at most. Like it'd be a miracle if we even got one throughout the year. But for me, like I've seen like complaints online, but like please do a rerun, please do a rerun. I'm like, they're still trying to like establish everything in the story, and there's so much content that they already have planned that they can't really like fit a rerun in at this point, because they already have like their content schedule with, you know, Xavier's like branching story, Raphael's, and potentially Sylus's myth memory coming soon. There's so many things that they have to plan for.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do a rerun banner. I was thinking about this the other day. If they do like a group rerun banner, like how they did kind of sorta in Honkai Star Rail, where they had that the quad or something, they might just rerun like multi banners and not single banners, or they'll highlight like one character at a time. I think that could potentially
really
be
cool.
beneficial for them, because then at least people who are like Sylus girlies only can pull on the Sylus banner only. I think that would be a better way of handling reruns than having like one character banner each time there's something new coming out.
No, I totally seen that being a good way of doing it. Like this is the Sylus rerun. You can pick up his cards, but I feel like knowing Infold and how they do their banners, they will make it like a random quad like rerun banner for all of them. So you have to keep pulling to get your favorite. I don't know. I feel they'd pull something like that. Like just
yeah.
You know, that's kind of my take on that. Speaking of the limited memories, a lot of people have been not complaining, but making the point that for these limited memories, some of the kindled moments feel a little bit short. Do you think they should be longer? Are they the right size? Or do you think the community is expecting more from this game than it really is about? Because inherently, this is a glorified visual novel, right? People were saying that, you know, Wander and Wonder, for example, if you've played the Sylus Wander and Wonder story, you know that he goes to wrestle, you know, in this competition, and we never see that. And there are a lot of people who said, you know, should there be an animation of that happening that we could have seen? Should some of these Kindle moments in general be longer? Do you agree with this? Do you think they should have more animations, seeing as though they have the budget and the means to now? I mean, look, they've been top of the revenue charts and getting bigger every single month. They clearly have the resources. Do you think they should do that, or are people asking for a bit too much for a glorified visual novel?
I think it could be a bit too much, for being honest. Because I mean, what we really want from the game is the Atomi things. So like the interactive parts, like the part that they're going to be spending the most budget on, should be probably, you know, the kindled part, which we all want to be spicy and whatnot. So I think if they spent some of their funds towards like cutscenes to show like other things, I think it would probably take away from some of the kindled.
Yeah, I agree, because if you try to ask for those kindled memories to be longer, that means they have to plan out a longer script potentially, or just have their animation team or whoever's handling the cutscenes to do more work. And instead of them trying to focus on the main story, which all of us are waiting for expansions of, like that just takes away more from the main story. So it's going to be like a take and give sort of situation. Plus, as someone who has played OG visual novels, like your traditional visual novels, this the cutscenes, the kindled scenes we get is the equivalent of seeing that CG that we get to see in that one romance scene on the route. And it's fun. It's usually only like one or two images, and like this is kind of like the 3D equivalent of it. So I personally think the community is asking a little bit too much in terms of for the kindled stuff, because we already get so many memories already with a cutscene in each one. So I feel like you're
so right about the visual novel stuff, because I played Honkai Impact 3rd like forever, so it's very much a visual novel type game, and that is how it's set up too. Like it's mostly dialogue, which is like you know, the PNGs talking. And then at the very end, you get a cool cutscene, and it's like that's what you get. That's it.
Yeah, it's classic visual novel formula. Like it works, and why break something that's already working? You know?
Yep, exactly.
I think it's probably, I think people are expecting more out of this game just because. Maybe it's because we have like Honkai Star Rail that has those like cutscenes that are like pretty much like anime, so they want something like that in Love and Deepspace if that's their background of gaming. But if they come from like an Otome gamer or a visual novel experiencer, they're going to understand that, oh, this is actually great. This is actually more than what we usually get. So I think it really depends on like where the community has come from, and I think it might be like maybe our duty to like share that it's not supposed to be like this. This is actually more than what people usually get. So
and plus like if they're coming from like Honkai or like Genshin, like they're two different like game categories. There's like the visual novel and Genshin, and Honkai is more of like an action RPG versus versus Love and Deepspace is just an Otome game where it's a visual novel. Like action, there is action in it, but it's kind of like more of the side piece instead of the main piece.
Oh, it's very much the side piece.
Honkai is.
It's very. We'll get on that. It's very, very much the side piece of this bloody game. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it's I agree. I think a lot of people play Love and Deep Space for the first time. Maybe haven't experienced a visual. Maybe it might be their first visual novel. And they're not wholly used to the experience. So no, I fully agree with this. I totally agree. Also, just kind of like a side question. Do you think they show too much in the trailers about what the actual like limited like Kindle moments are? Like, do you think it gives too much away?
Yes.
Like, for example, like
on the
specifically
YouTube channels and Twitter and stuff?
Specifically, like their shorts. If you look at the shorts moments, it's taken directly from the Kindled. Do you think that is too much?
100%.
I say yes.
The shorts
Don't even
definitely
post it. Just
100%.
let us be wonder and mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kindled is already short enough. Like they could just give us a screenshot instead of a video, and we would still, kind of get the gist of what it's gonna be and want to pull for it.
100%. Yeah, that was something that someone brought up in my chat earlier, and I thought that's a really good point. Like,
because it's like watching a trailer for a movie and like the trailer having basically the entire major plot points of the movie, and then you're
So
like, well,
true.
I don't need to watch the movie now. So
Or like even technically speaking, in most shonen animes, if you actually just pay attention to the opening gives away the whole entire plot.
yes, the
Yeah.
spoilers. Oh, I hate that.
Spoilers in the opening, which is why usually if I watch a shonen anime, I'll just skip the opening because I'm like, oh no, you're not showing me the plot in like these snapshots. No, thank you.
so true.
Yep.
Amazing. Also, so that's kind of summarizing the gacha system in general. Any other thoughts you want to add on to the gacha system that you kind of want to talk about or express? Any concerns? Anything you'd like to see them change? Anything about their packs? Anything at all?
I just hope they keep the packs the same because I'm noticing in some, like, the packs different depending on the banner. But, like, I did notice a couple of times when I was purchasing packs, I'm like, wait, there's, like, a different set amount of materials for this amount that I'm paying for. And I'm like,
Yeah, you kind of got to do some math to figure out what the best deal is.
True.
Well, for me, I mostly clean out the shop, so...
Oh yeah, I forgot we got a whale here. It doesn't matter the numbers, you
I
just
almost
swipe.
clean out the shop, almost.
Yeah,
but,
whenever
like,
I bought the packs for the first time, I was doing the math.
Yeah. It's like, okay, $1, yeah, I could do $1. $3, yeah,
like,
okay.
This one gives me 6, and this one gives me 8.
Like, the only thing I would like to see them change is that some of the, like, mid to higher tier packs, like, if they have, like, multiples, then I would like, oh, can I just buy this in multiples of, like, 3 or 5? Like, they do that already for, like, the 50-cent packs and the $1.99 packs, or whichever packs
Those
are
I do buy.
the cheapest ones. They already do that for the cheapest ones. Can they just have that for the bigger ones? Because I hate having to buy multiple every time.
Oh my
And it looks so
god.
bad when you're on a bank account where it just says Love and Deepspace, Love and Deepspace.
Yeah, my credit card company's like, what's all this Love and Deepspace charges? Don't worry about it.
Listen, it's not what you think it is, I promise. Like, it's nothing weird. Don't look at me. It's for my man, okay? It's all for him. Brilliant. Okay, so let's go and talk about something that has happened recently in Love and Deepspace. Have you all played the Zane story branch quest, or have you not?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It would be blasphemous if I didn't.
We've got the main Zane well here. Like,
Our
it would be
Zane
crazy.
main.
I have some choice words to say about this main story branch, let me tell you. I would love to get all your opinions, but I just want to go off by saying I feel the story branch quest has been met with a lot of positive things, but also there's been a lot of negatives that people have brought up about it, mainly being the quality does not feel the same as a main story quest. For example, long-awaited Revelry. People expected it to be on the same sort of level and on par. My take on it was that it's treated more as like a memory than it is a main quest. It's a side story branch. It isn't a main quest line. So therefore, they're not putting the same amount of effort, I want to say, into it as the other ones. But I feel that's no excuse, knowing how much this company now makes every bloody month, that they should at least, if the story branches are going to be the main content we're getting for the story for the next couple of months, even though it's unrelated, like, it doesn't change the main storyline. It literally is a branch. They should still pay attention to it. So what do you guys think about the story branches? Are you positive about it? Do you think they should, get to work and make it a little bit better, or what's the story there?
Yeah,
So-
I pretty much agree with that.
So it's funny because I actually just released a video about my own opinions about this, but I will reiterate here. So basically, like, yes, I do essentially treat the branch as more of like a memory, like a limited 5-star memory, because just how it's formatted.
True.
It's basically like, you know how like every time we get a limited 5-star memory, we have the whole date and then we have the kindled moment and then the rest of the date. That's essentially like the same format that they're doing, which is why we also got the limited 5-star memory with it. Which for me, I wouldn't discount it and say that it's not important to the story. Like, it definitely adds more context.
Sure.
Because they do, like, in the branching story, they do introduce Carter and like 2 other new hunters, which was Simone and Andrew. Like, I was
Simone.
like, yeah, Simone. Oh my God, Simone. Anyway, it's a chance for them to introduce these two characters that are mostly relevant, probably to Zane's storyline, but it can also have them come in more naturally in the main quest line when they actually continue it. Now, would the quality be better if they added more like animations or like cutscenes? What? Probably. But considering that they had that major leak back in June before Sylus happened, I have a sneaking suspicion because that leak happened, they had a lot of like scheduling thrown off because of it. So that's why they probably couldn't like put in the effort to make the expanding stories as best as they could. And honestly, I'm honestly okay with this because I do note that shit happens sometimes in the company that you just can't control sometimes. And like, could they probably have put more money? Yeah, probably. Once again, it's taken leave situation. It will probably take away from them focusing on the main storyline, which is probably what they're working on too.
I didn't actually think about it with the scheduling thing. That didn't really cross my mind when I thought about it. That's very valid, 100%.
Yeah, not only that, the company is also working on Infinity Nikki at the same time too.
Oh, yes!
Yeah,
oh God, yes!
Ufi
I've been
knows
loving
a lot
it.
about Infinity Nikki.
I've been loving it so much. It's so fun. It's so boring, but it's so fun.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the team is like spread out in between the two, and then they have to like pick and choose. Okay, we need to like figure out what are we going to focus on for Infinity Nikki versus like Love and Deepspace.
They're making Ballad of Antara as well. I don't know, guys, if you know. It's a free-to-play Souls-like game.
I just heard about that one too. Like, oh my God, they have so much on their plate.
They have a lot.
But yeah, about the branch story, I think it's also kind of acting as like a kind of like an intro to like a lot of arcs and things that's going to happen. So I think a lot of people are just, you know, kind of waiting for the good stuff to happen. But we gotta get the like intro to the things first.
I think the prologue.
We gotta get to know this freaking Carter guy, which is what my next video is gonna be about.
I want to strangle Carter.
yes, we all do.
So great. No, I feel like the prologue to the branching story quest does a good job of introducing some new people, and also like the new concepts of the Wanderers, like the beta, like protocols or whatever it was. Does a good job of setting up what's coming next in the actual main story, and then like the side branch provides the context for an actual real situation that's happening at the time. Absolutely. Lynn, do you have any thoughts on the story branch?
Well, I like the story of it. I like the setup. I like all of the information and lore that we learned about Zane and Dawnbreaker and whatnot. But I just didn't like how it was executed. I would have appreciated a little bit more, like, I don't know, maybe cutscenes or something else, because you know that scene where they were in the hospital still before they go into like the separate world. There was like a lot of buildup, and then suddenly it just kind of cuts in the next chapter. There wasn't like, I don't know, there wasn't anything fun. Supposedly there was a lot of build up to nothing is what I felt like. So I like the story overall. I feel like the execution could have been a little bit better.
I'll be real. People are gonna hate me for saying this. I thought that story was kind of mid as hell. I'll be real. I think they did Zane a little bit dirty with that story. Purely like people were so looking forward for Dawnbreaker Zane. People were expecting, you know, something cool to happen, some new information, and it just all ended up being, oh, it's just his dream. It's just a dream of Dawnbreaker. It's not actually Dawnbreaker Zane. It's a dream that he has of him being Dawnbreaker Zane. Like it feels very convoluted. It didn't really answer many questions that I had about Dawnbreaker necessarily. And I think there was one particular moment that got me where I don't know if you guys remember, but it was Zane and the MC have to destroy these 2 cores to break the dream that they're in or something. That was written in such a way. I was reading it and going, I don't know what's happening. Like I can't understand what's going on. Like is this a dream in a dream? Is he hallucinating inside his dream about this other thing that he's dreaming about? It just kind of lost me. And I feel the writing just like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna continue and nod and say yes and just carry on at that point. Like I feel they did a bit dirty with that.
So I can probably help with that because I understood exactly what was going on. Because, so technically speaking, the whole dream thing is that we're in a Wanderer's proto-field, basically their domain. And because the Wanderer, it's probably a modified Wanderer from Evergroup via Carter, like that whole theory. Anyway, if my thing is, this Wanderer is able to manipulate dreams and therefore like cause stress for whoever is trapped within the proto field, which is what happened with the guy in the hospital that we first meet when we get to the hospital in Chansa City, because the guy was like talking about a nightmare and being like manipulated and messed with, and that's probably what that Wanderer was doing to Zane, because he was actively trying
your worst fears.
Sorry, Karen.
No, go ahead.
No, I just feel like the way that they wrote it just didn't, like there was supposed to be a lot going on in that scene, a lot happening, and I just feel that wasn't communicated to me in the actual writing itself. Like I felt, I don't know if it's just me, but I just felt like I didn't really feel it. Like what they were trying to go for.
That's kind of how I felt about the like hospital scene before, like when all the chaos happens, it didn't really feel as dramatic as it should have been.
I think that's Lynn was getting at, like it doesn't like building up to kind of something that wasn't really there.
I also wonder if it's maybe also
build up to a cutscene.
Yeah, build up to a cutscene. Yeah. I was also thinking like maybe it's also like a translation like concern as well, because like we don't know if like English was like written in like for the story, if it was originally written in English or in Chinese or Japanese or whatever the team's language is. Like it could have just been like a weird translation thing that they were trying to do, but because they don't have the best translation team or someone that can like tell the story in English to translate properly, then that's maybe also the case as well. Like I'm not doubting that.
The translation in this game to English is something that frustrates me to no end.
I've seen your videos every time.
There are people on Reddit who can translate better than the freaking people who are getting paid to do the game. And it frustrates me because you lose so much lore, you lose so much nuance in the characters.
And context.
There was somebody who posted recently on Reddit. I made a video about it, I haven't posted it yet, but they were explaining like Sylus's characterization is completely different than that when you're reading it in Chinese, simplified Chinese, Korean, or Japanese. Like he's a completely different character on the EN side because of the translation.
Yeah,
That's
the localization
crazy.
is a big issue. And like they even get like names of events wrong. Like this is supposed to be your main marketing material. You know, your events and your banners, and you can't even like spell it right. You know what I mean? Yo, Wildest Me, thank you for the raid, friend. Yo, thank you, bro. I forgot to turn off my my alert. Sorry, loud music. Sorry. Thank you guys. Thank you, raiders. I appreciate you. We're here doing a podcast for Love and Deepspace. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the stampede. Thank you. It's just the localization. They need to do a better job. Guys, you make $40 million a month. Please hire somebody. Take someone from Reddit, give them a title, pay them anything. Please, people will do it for free. They won't do it for free.
A job. They
Yes.
want it.
I can even name somebody specifically, Ricky555, and there was somebody else who did such an amazing job who posted that Sylus.
We got a list.
It was so frustrating.
Oh, Ricky555, please. We need
Shout out to Ricky555.
If you're watching this, please hire these people. They will help you. I swear. It'll make the game so much better. Thank you. Please give Sylus his characterization he deserves. Because I'll be real, this is a bit of a detour of what I wanted to talk about. Sylus is my favorite LI. I have a lot to say about him. I just want to say this dude's supposed to be the leader of Honor Kindness, right? This big like organization. Yeah, I don't feel like we get, even with his like his banners that go along with him, he's a lot softer in his banners, than
Yeah.
who he actually
Yeah.
is supposed to be. And I get it's with the MC, and I get it's different, but I feel like it's literally changed his whole character than what he was introduced as so quickly. Within the space of like a month, it's completely different. And
Yeah,
I don't know
like
how
he's
I feel
supposed to
about
be
that.
like rough around the edges, but you know,
Morally
with
gray.
his soft, gooey center. But he's just soft and gooey all over now.
Yeah.
A woman came into his life and wrecked him.
Yeah.
Bro!
Why
A
does
woman
this
wrote
always
this down.
happen?
Please, give us a morally grey character. That's all we're asking for.
Give me
okay?
a fucking evil character.
Yeah, we don't
Look,
see
look,
Not
we'll
Carter,
see
though.
if they ever give
But
us
not
Caleb.
Carter.
I am like betting on Caleb to be the morally great character because
Oh my
we
God.
really need it.
I've got something to say about that later. We'll get to that at the end. Oh my god, the
Okay.
mention of Caleb. Oh my god. Okay. But
No.
yeah, give us morally
I also
grey
have something to
Sylus.
say about Caleb that you guys are not gonna like.
We'll okay, wait, we'll just talk about it now. We're here. Okay, who is the next ally and why is it Caleb? Why?
Out of unless it's someone entirely new that they haven't introduced, like Caleb is like the strongest
Yes.
like indicator. Like, come on.
It's crazy.
We didn't see a body. He's alive, guys.
Oh, he's
For
totally.
sure.
I honestly, my headcanon, my theory is that he's involved with Eva. Like that is my.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
100%.
He has
Yeah.
to be.
He has to be. He comes from like that company.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Skyhaven?
Yeah,
Or Sky
Yeah.
Skyfall? Skyhaven?
So, one of those.
Skyhaven, I
Sky
think.
something.
Skyhaven.
Skynet.
Yeah, like
Skynet? Oh no.
There's
Not
no
Skynet,
way.
no.
No,
There's no way.
He's a
that he isn't.
robot.
freaking Terminator.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Like that's probably his. Like everyone's got a hidden secret in this game, right? It's probably
Oh,
his. He's
God.
actually
He
like
was
some
revived
cyborg.
as the Terminator.
Oh my god.
Yo.
He's part part fucking wanderer. He's a Terminator now.
He's
Oh,
everything.
God.
No, like honestly, I'll be real. I don't know how I feel about Caleb being the ally purely because of like he's supposed to be MC's like childhood like friend, almost like brother-esque, and I'm just like I don't know. With me personally, I know some people are totally cool with that, but for me, I'm just like, oh sure, you know what? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna nod to
It's
say
a
yes.
cultural difference.
100%.
Yeah, cultural difference.
100%.
Yeah, it's the translation again that's kind of odd. With like Asian culture, because we have a lot of like words that explain like when you're addressing older people
Mhm.
just for like a respect thing. So that's in every Asian culture too. So I think it's just a cultural difference.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
I'm pretty okay with it, but I just don't like Caleb. He sounds
Yeah,
Why?
either.
Go on.
he
why?
sounds like Imtash.
He sounds- he
Oh
sounds like your
God.
white knight. Like he sounds like he's your white knight that's gonna be like there for you when you don't actually need him.
Yeah, he's so patronizing and not in the way that I like it.
Yeah, he like didn't trust the MC to like take care of herself as a hunter. Like she's pretty badass on her
She's
own.
stonk woman. Let her be stonk woman. She does not
Yes.
need white knight.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
milady, are you okay today, milady? Please, let me. I'll do anything for you, milady. If you, oh my god, you are insane. I love you for that comment. That was brilliant.
I know. Ever since I can't unhear it now.
Bro sounds like M-Tash. Oh my god, it's crazy. Chat, don't clip that. Please don't clip that. That's bro. You'll get me in
Oh my
trouble.
God.
You'll get me in trouble. Okay. Yeah, Caleb, like he's definitely the next ally. We all agree on this. We all have our thoughts and feelings about it. Because who, like you say, who else is there? There is no one else. There is
What,
no
Luke
one
and
else.
Kyron?
It'd simply die.
Yeah,
I love them.
100%. Okay.
Yeah, twin
Silas
ally.
would
Let's
murder
go.
them.
Silas would murder them.
Oh my god, it is gonna be crazy.
Let's get Mephisto.
Silas's best wingman.
Mephisto is the next ally. My
Mephisto.
god.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it's crazy. I have a lot to say
Bird
about
becomes
Mephisto.
more sentient.
Carter, no.
Harder?
Oh,
No, get him out of here, please. I do not want to.
If they want
Jeremiah?
to take the whole
No.
entire community, yeah, bring in Carter.
No, Jeremiah's got a thing for Xavier.
Absolutely 100%. Oh my god, I can't wait for like the Xavier story branch because I really want like Jeremiah to be there and more like the whole Philo stuff. Like I really want something.
Yeah, I want him to
around it.
slip up.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Jeremiah's already slipped up so many times.
Oh my god.
More.
All right, so that's kind of wraps up our thoughts about this story branches. Let's move on to the side piece of Love and Deeps. We all know the main people are here for the gooning, for the story. They're here for the limited memories. What's less looked at is the combat. You know, why it is completely ignored, I feel like, in this game at this point. I feel they don't pay attention to it. They give us all these memories with, you know, and myth pairs to give us cool characters that do cool, unique things. Yet I don't really think they pay enough attention to their combat system to utilize them enough to make it interesting. There are a lot of girlies out there who really like the combat. And they, you know, they even make like a bunch of guides for it and all sorts of like how to deal every single stage. But I feel they, you know, give it a second thought. So what do you guys think about the current combat or the whole gameplay? Well, let's just talk about the combat first of all. What's your general feeling, temperature check of the combat in this game?
I think it's
I
fine.
personally like the combat. I do like the combat. I just wish there was a little bit more substance. Also, can we stop finding Tobias, please?
I was literally, my add-on was like, thoughts on combat and why does Abyssal Chaos suck? Like bro.
Yeah.
Abyssal Chaos really does suck.
It does.
Like, I was hoping that there would be
It's
more
so
like
repetitive.
quest stuff aside from keep finding Tobias every
He
2
can
weeks.
stay missing. That fuck, I don't want to see him
Yeah,
again.
how many times is bro gonna have a protocore attack? He should be dead by now.
Please, I don't care. I do not care. Anyone, I hate the name Tobias now. It's that bad. Anyone called Toby Tobias, I'm so sorry. That's all I think about. Is that little fucking fuck that just keeps getting missing the whole time. My God. Yeah, no. So Abyssal, it could be so good. Like you think of games like Honkai Star Rail with simulated universe. You've got Elusive Realm and Wuthering Waves. We have these side game modes for combat that make it kind of fun and they update them. And I feel because Love and Deepspace doesn't have like patch updates, that they don't really have a way to kind of introduce new things into a gameplay loop. Like it would be so cool like if we had actual patch updates and it was like, hey, we've refreshed Abyssal Chaos, here's a new storyline even to go and explore with it, here's some like new enemies to do. That would be so much cooler. Like do you think that they should have like actual patch updates and like kind of have a refresh of content, or do you think it's just like no point anymore, we should just let it die?
Yeah, at least for Abyssal Chaos, for it being like our version of Elusive Realm, it definitely needs some updating for sure. Like new story,
sure,
more stories for sure. The other Deep Space Trials, I feel like that's more of like the Abyss, the tower one. So I don't know. I think that one's fine.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to work my way through it.
Same. I just don't like the combat. Well, I like the combat, but the gameplay loop to me is just so meh. I'd rather play like a different gacha to get that for to appease a like
Same.
itch in my brain. But like I understand some people like the hunter contest, for example, I'd kind of equate to being like Spiral Abyss. The problem with that though is you need every bloody memory leveled. Like you need everything leveled from all these different people.
Oh my god, yeah, you do.
It forces you to wail on other LIs. Like people always say, oh, if you're free to play, just focus on your favorite LI. But then you go do hunter contest and you need like Xavier's and Raphael's and Zane's and Sylus's all leveled. It's like
It's a vicious
pain.
cycle because you do these game modes to get more diamonds so that you can pull, so that you could be free to play. But then you try to do these other game modes and you don't have the memories, so then you're like, what the hell do I even do?
100%.
Because I'm currently stuck in that because I'm trying to like in the hunter content, I'm trying to get like max stars and I can only get up to like 20, 26 or 24, whatever that interval is. And I'm like, I don't want to waste my materials on Xavier. I'm sorry, Xavier girlies. I don't
I've been using all of Sylus on the hunter contest. So I'm on the senior hunter contest or whatever it is.
Yeah, same.
And I've got all my memories are literally under 70, and I've got like 5 out of 12, like 2 out of 12, 2 out of 12. Like it's so bad.
Yeah. It feels
bad.
impossible unless you pull for like everything. And like it doesn't help that actually leveling the memories sucks. It sucks
it's
so
all
bad.
the protocores.
It's
And the
the
protocores are
shards
so
and it-
expensive.
The shards, yes, Tama, the shards. I hate them.
Shards.
Oh.
The shards.
They don't give us enough boxes.
Give us more. I feel like the the material gathering for like for the bounty hunts. And
Yeah, the bounty
wish
hunting.
I wish they gave us more shards, like more exponentially than like, oh, here, have like 2 shards this time instead of 1. And I'm like,
Yes.
give me 6, give me 8. I'm like, they're all maxed out. I'm at the 9th stage. Like, give me more, please.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. I wish they would do those like the double drops. I wish they would do that more.
They need to do more of those. And I'm like,
I know
Double
we're
drop,
having
triple
a
drops.
core double drop right now, but I don't really care about the cores. I care more about the shards to level up my memories.
What's the point?
Yeah, like
There's
I've got
no
pretty
point-
much got my
790
cores.
There's no point in
So-
farming for cores if we don't have an ascended card level to use them on. Like, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like, my
Yeah.
God. Like the shard grinding in this game is the worst for any gacha I've played. Like, it takes so long to level 1, and it just drives me insane. I like to say, Tama, if we're on stage 9, like stage 9 Heartbreaker, I'm trying to level my XP materials. It gives me what, like 8 purples? 8 purple. That will like tickle. That will tickle like a level bar for my
Exactly. If you
memory
can't even
ascending.
see the bar move.
It's just like, oh my God, it's nuts. Like it actually.
I
is just crazy.
actually did the math on how many times you would need to like without events, okay, or without getting like anything else. If you just focus on like the runs, you need to do 918 runs of one of like the bounty hunts
Oh my god.
to get enough of the SR crystals to level up like completely like a 5-star card. And then that totals out to be like 13,664 total stamina. And if you have the Arum Pass, that would take about, let's see, how many refreshes? That's 80 refreshes. And then that's total of like 3 months of grinding resources without
That's
doing.
insane.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
so
first
painful.
video that I did.
That's so frustrating.
I'm just sitting here with my mouth open. Like I just feel sad now. I
Yeah.
just feel sad.
Yeah, that's without events or like any of the extra like packets that you buy in the shop. If you just purely did it free to play and just did grinding, it takes you 3 months to level up completely 1 5-star memory.
That's
the grind would be just painful.
It kind of feels shittier knowing that they kind of throw like the stamina cans at you. You could claim stamina from your friends. Like you do all these events, will give you stamina rewards. It makes you feel like they're rewarding us, but really they're giving us stuff to make this game playable. That's kind of how I feel like.
Yes.
It's not a
Yes.
reward. It's literally just to make this tolerable for us to do. That's
what
insane.
pisses me off about the Arum Pass, because in other gacha games they don't increase your stamina. In only in Love and Deepspace, when you buy the weekly pass, do you get the not weekly pass, the Arum Pass, right?
Mhm.
You get an increase in your stamina. You would normally get 120 stamina if you're free to play. But with the Arum Pass you get 170. So they clearly know that there is a stamina issue in the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Yes,
huge
very
stamina
much
issue in
so.
the game. It's insane. But you can get it from friends and you can get it from cats. No, that
not
doesn't
enough.
mean it's not a reward. It's not a reward. I swear to God, they do all this stuff knowing that they give you this. Like it's not a benefit. They're not doing it for our benefit. It's crazy. Like it really is kind of an artificial reward system. I feel they give out a lot of the time. I feel like I'm shitting on the game far too much than what I feel like. I like the game. I love it. There are just so many things.
Talked about.
Yeah, there's just so many things that I just wish that they would listen to the community, because people have been saying this for months now since the game's been out, that there's these issues, and they make so much money that people don't talk about it. And of course, most of the money comes from the CN community, you know, and a lot of people in the CN community
CN
are very
is oh my god.
It's another, we'll talk about that in a minute, because that is a whole nother kettle of worms I do want to talk about. But finally, just, you know, talking about combat and everything else, how do you guys feel about the current gameplay loop, as in doing your dailies, doing your weeklies and all that good stuff? Because I'll be real, I told my chat just before I did this podcast, I stopped doing my weeklies because I fucking hate the claw game. I fucking hate the kitty card game. Give me something new, please. It's been months. I need to do something new. I give me something, anything else. It was fine. It was cute, but now I just want something interesting. Someone made a good point of like, why did they introduce one of the event mini games into the weekly pool? Change it up every few weeks. Give us something different. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I at this point, whenever I do like the claw machine game, because I'm good at it. But
oh, okay, flex on us. Fine. Just say I have a skill issue, Ufi. Jesus,
I fucking hate the kitty card game. I lose so bad. I swear, my score will be 3 and his will be like 30, and I'm like, how the heck? I don't ever win. Like at this point, I'm just like
kitty card game.
I do, because I want the whole 150 because it's just faster and I don't have to do it like a billion freaking times. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do it the long way, and I'll get my 150 and I'll just do this like 6 times. So I hate it though.
I just enter the game and dip and just get the coin, and I'm good.
Same. I do it too. I just enter it. I dip. Get my chocolates. Speaking about chocolates, we need more chocolates.
Yes.
Can we not have a cap on the chocolates, please?
That's so dumb.
Yes.
Why?
What's
the point? What's the point?
Why? Yeah. Why is there a cap? I don't understand.
I literally
think it's to
don't
stop
know.
people from buying things from the shop too quickly, or else they have to like make new things to put into the shop.
Well, then they should make new things to put in the shop.
I don't know if you want to say that though. A lot of people complain that they're adding too many things to the shop, or maybe no, they're adding too many things that are paid for, because they started making things that you have to pay with diamonds for, which is
the purple diamonds too.
Yeah, people are not happy about it. Especially with the Wonder and Wonder release. They a lot of accessories were paid for. People are not happy with that at all.
I bought 2 RM passes to buy a fucking outfit.
Which outfit did you get? Which one?
So MC's outfit that matches Sylus in her little headband.
It's so pretty.
It is.
So good. No,
I just topped up and got all the outfits.
Oh yeah, I've got whale behavior. You know, it's fine.
Oh yes.
I liked all the outfits. How could I choose?
I do have a question though. Since you are a whale, Tama, I'm just wondering, does it like eventually get boring because you don't have anything else to like buy or like save up for?
So like in a way it does, but I do just enjoy just having the stuff, because I'm a big like when it comes to games, I'm like one of those people like that likes to 100% things. Now, obviously, my game is not 100% because I'm not trying to wail on the other allies, but and only have Zane really. But like, it does get a little bit monotonous because, like, I don't mind the vicious cycle of the games necessarily, because they don't take very long out of my day. Because I am someone that, generally speaking, is busy throughout the day. Like I'm making YouTube videos, I'm doing art stuff, I'm preparing for anime conventions that I'm going to. Like, I don't have a lot of time to dedicate, so just having the dailies out of the way and it just really quickly is totally fine by me, which I know is like probably really bad for more dedicated players, but like that was like my main gripe with Genshin and whatnot, because like the dailies would take like at half an hour for me, and I'm like, I don't want to waste a half an hour. And then my friends are like, oh, there's an event going on, you want to go do the event? And the event takes another half an hour, and then suddenly I'm playing Genshin for like 5 hours out of the day doing dailies, and I'm like, how did this happen?
Yep.
100%.
That's why Love and Deepspace is the only game that I log into every day, because it's the easiest one to complete my dailies.
I'll be real.
Yeah, very quickly. Yeah,
I'm a kind of a fraud. I'll be real. I even stopped doing dailies for a hot minute. Like I know it takes the least time and it's totally a me issue, but I really do appreciate that it takes literally like 2 minutes, like auto everything, and then you're kind of done. Like I do appreciate that.
Yay, done.
It does help that it's the only game that I have on my phone, because I don't have a lot of space on my phone, and playing the other games on my phone kind of takes a little bit longer to do my dailies. I don't know what it is, but just doing the Love and Deepspace on my phone, like while I'm at work or like while I'm in the middle of doing something, like it's just so much easier for me than like all the other games.
Yeah, it's definitely more optimized for mobile.
Mobile gamer.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Love and Deepspace is the only game that actually wait, I play two. Love and Deepspace I will play on mobile to do my dailies, but also like I play Bleach Brave Souls on my phone now, so I play that too. But everything else I play on PC. But yeah, also I know it's not gonna happen, but an actual PC client for Love and Deepspace would be so like clutch. Like I'm so
that would
tired
be
of
so
I would love to play this game in horizontal mode.
Yes, the kindled moments in horizontal mode. That would be so nice.
Yes,
Like,
let
we
me
can
take a
already-
video in horizontal
We
mode.
can already take
please.
pictures in horizontal and like landscape, but I know that sometimes they don't actually build the textures to be horizontal for everything. I get that, and I understand it might not be possible.
I'd be missing
but,
some
like,
arms sometimes. Or you have arms. You'll have arms, but not the rest of your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, or like
Oh,
a
yeah,
hand
yeah,
and no
yeah.
arm. It's like, okay.
Or
That's
the
how
light stops after a certain
the
point.
wandering one was.
Yes. It's crazy. Also, speaking on like taking pictures, stuff like that, and with memories, kind of off topic, I want them to give MC more expressions in the memories and Kindles, because I feel she's like always the same. She always has the same expression. I know that's probably a side effect of like the character creation, but like, my God, give MC more expressions, please. Like she looks like
She's
like,
very
the same.
faceless.
Yes,
You know,
Yeah.
I actually have a theory about that. So with the Sylus's new trailer, that's like the most we've seen of MC's face. I feel like after like this Sylus like card, they're gonna start showing MC more. Therefore, they will have to make her more expressive.
Please,
So
hope
I feel like that was something they were building up to, because once again, content schedule and having to like make sure they meet their deadlines. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen
So
a
I can
lot of
definitely
people
see it
talk
happening.
about it too. So I think a lot of people are also on the same wavelength.
Mhm.
I think honestly, I think that the community is kind of split on it because I feel like some people just absolutely hate the MC because I think that it's supposed to be a
Self-insert?
character. Yeah, it's
Self-insert?
yeah, it's supposed to be a self-insert, but because we don't get to choose what she says in like the kindled moments or like the dialogues, it's not a self-insert. You just make the
Mhm.
character look like you, and that's it. They're not like you. So I think that some people hate the MC. It was kind of, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
personally hate the MC. I do feel like her personality changes between the different love interests.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot. A
But-
lot.
It's fine. I kind of just sort of ignore her sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of what what you kind of just have to do.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. There've been
This
a lot
is
of
my
people.
Barbie doll. This is my Ken doll. And they may kiss.
Yes, exactly.
yes, exactly.
This brings us so nicely into the next kind of topics I want to touch on. Again, this might be a little bit controversial, but I think something we have to address and talk about because I've made a lot of videos covering this issue, kind of in a way. I want to talk about parasocialism in Love and Deepspace.
Oh my god.
And how it drives people to do things which I think are batshit fucking insane. There's no way to like say anything about it. I think this game inherently encourages parasocialism. It's an Otome game. It's a 3D game. It lets you interact with these characters. It does breed a lot of people who are very emotionally invested into their favorite allies to the point of which they will literally go to war for them. I mean, I just covered Xavier's birthday, where a lot of people would destroy celebrations or events that people had
I saw
found
pictures
in.
of that. It was
Yep.
so terrible.
Yeah, people would destroy stands that they've made. They would take down billboards. They would contact advertisers saying, hey, there's going to be someone doing a Xavier advertisement. Please don't do it. He's problematic. The same thing happened with Sylus. People were making a 3D Sylus billboard to celebrate him. It got taken down and cancelled. There was Xavier's birthday. People were making some cool things. And there was this wasn't a parasocial thing, but it was a male who doesn't approve of the game, we'll talk about that too, who, ruined that for the organizers who spend it out of their own pockets to make this happen, right? It doesn't, the CN community has a lot of money. A lot of the fans have a lot of money to spend on this game. They're like Tama. They're a
lot of
whale.
money.
They whale hard,
Yes.
And they will spend so much more on their favorites and they'll organize these events, which I think is cool, but it does inherently breed parasocialism. So how much of a problem do you think this is for the community? And do you think it's bordering on toxic levels at this point, the longer the game goes on?
I mean, I think it's just a result of the nature of the game itself. So I think it's just inevitable at this point, regardless
me-
of what the game does.
Yeah, for me, it's inevitable, mostly because, like, especially for the Chinese players, they literally have nothing better to do with their money, it seems. Like, and Love and Deepspace, like, we're talking about Love and Deepspace, but this is, like, this is like throughout every single type of game like this, where there is like a husbando that people really, really love. And then like, oh my God, I want to spend money on this person. Or even waifus to that extent, if we want to move on over to Japan, because people are just dedicated to like their fictional characters. Like I am dedicated to Zane and whatnot, but I definitely would not take it that far as to like, your ally sucks. Like if Zane's better, and then try to fight over. Like I understand people like have their own different tastes, and like they should be allowed to do whatever they want with their own money to like celebrate whatever fictional character they want. Like that's their money. It's none of my business. But it's just for me, like the parasocialism, like I don't really see it as bad as here in the US per se. It just might be just because like I'm in the scene where I see it more often because I'm part of like anime and video game community where it's definitely more inherent. But like it's definitely a big problem, I would say, definitely in Japan and China, because like they that's where all the people spend their money. Like it's gotten to the point where China and I believe Japan are also having a population crisis where there's not enough babies being pumped out, and the population's on the decline. So like it's definitely bad. Is Love and Deepspace solely responsible? It definitely contributes to the problem, but I don't think it should be like the standalone problem.
Yeah,
100%.
because I mean this stuff happens with like non-Atomi games too. Like the Genshin community out there hates Scaramouche because they think that he's gonna take all of their girlfriends or all of their waifus or something. So they are like, they hate Scaramouche over there. And I feel like that contributes to the actual development of Genshin because there hasn't been much Scaramouche stuff at all since all of that controversy over there. There was like a huge controversy with him. So it's not just Atomi games either. I think it's just the nature of the times now.
Yeah, I agree. Although I feel that there's two parts of this, like the parasocialism. There's the parasocial Chinese community, but there's also the parasocial EN community. I noticed like there were some posts over on Reddit about the English VAs and how they're not being announced, and protecting their identities and people trying to hunt them down. And then there were like some people who were saying that, oh my God, if I find out that the person who voices Sylus is like a middle-aged man who's married, I don't want to know, like I don't want to play the game anymore.
Oh
So
my
I just
God.
feel like that it's crazy because again, I think it's a cultural thing because the people here in the States, I'm guessing, they don't have fascinations with animated characters, whereas in Japan, it's more of a normal thing to respect the voice actors and kind of separate them. But here in the States, I guess it's not a thing yet, so it's kind of frustrating that.
Because I feel like in the States, a lot of people are like, I mean, it's pretty much culture to be obsessed with like celebrities, like real life people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So usually when you have like an animated character or even not an animated character, like Sydney Sweeney, let's say, everyone loves her characters in all of her movies, and then they go and look her up and they love Sydney Sweeney as her real person. So I think it's just natural for, I guess, Americans just because of our culture. But with animated characters, it could get a little muddy because it depends on how you feel about the character, and if you're, not very aware that that the voice actor is not going to look like the character that you sent for.
It's a shame. I think we've already seen. I don't want to bring up the Gacha community again, but we know that they've harassed VAs in the past. Like that exists, and it's really toxic. And I think there was a thing.
It's so
with,
bad here.
One of the last games what's the last game that Paper Games made that was like, was it Mr. Love Quest? Whatever, what was it called?
Mr. Queen's
Love. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I've never played it, but like apparently the VAs of that like got leaked, or people found out who they were, and then it got really weird. Like they had the V8 list, it got really weird, and that's why they haven't released it for Love and Deepspace, because the community was
I don't
just
think they
too
should.
weird. Yeah,
I actually think it was a different reason, because I think they did announce the VAs for Mr. Love, but then there was something like controversial happened, like mentioning a certain country that I don't know if I want to actually say that is associated with China, and essentially defending that country. And the Chinese community was not like happy, and
let me guess, harassment ensued. Is essentially
and harassment ensued because of it, like because of just the mere mention of the certain country. So
that's all that it takes for the communities to sort of lash out to VAs. It is a shame, and I do think that Love and Deepspace is, you know, it inherently does make that kind of culture and that environment. And I'll be real, I don't think it helps that some of the official spaces for Love and Deepspace aren't adequately moderated. I feel like, for example,
definitely not.
The Facebook group I don't go into, but I get told about, a lot of people DM me going like screenshots of the Facebook groups going like, have you seen what these people are able to say? Like, people shit talk each other like crazy, and that the moderation doesn't exist.
Bro, Facebook in general is fucking it's chaos.
It's so bad. And also
just a cesspool.
Like even their public Discord can be interesting. Like I shit you not, the first time that I went onto the Love and Deepspace official Discord, I looked, there was a hate thread about me. The first thing I saw when I went on Discord, I saw a hate thread about myself, and I was like, holy shit, I just joined and someone's talking shit about me? The fuck? Like, it was crazy.
God.
Like, this sub,
that
like,
is crazy.
Also, I saw, like, over time, like, other creators getting mentioned for bad reasons, and I'm like, this is not fair. Like, this isn't moderated, like, at all that it should be. So I think that doesn't help. And it breeds a sort of, you know, people out to protect their favorites or go to war for them in a way that I don't think is particularly healthy. But I'll be real, I think a lot of people that do this, of course there are adults that get very parasocial, but I do think it's like teens mostly who are way more
I do
susceptible
think it's
to doing
mostly I do think it's mostly the younger part of the community, like the teenagers and like those who are probably like just hit 20. Like I'm not trying to call it
without
ages.
their frontal cortex developed yet.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to say like there's probably not like mature teenagers that probably wouldn't participate in this, God forbid, but I definitely feel like it definitely comes more from that side of the community, more so because I'm definitely on the older end from what I'm realizing. So like I've been around for so long on the internet, and it's just the younger community is coming from an age where a lot of them are just spoon-fed everything because they had the internet. And they really try to think for themselves, and they kind of just easily bandwagon on everything. If there's a hate train going, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna hate train too, because that's apparently the cool thing and exciting thing to do in the community right now. And I'm like,
they didn't really get like an internet etiquette, you know, like we did.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't think like internet etiquette exists nowadays.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't. Like it's so blown over with like tablet babies and whatnot. Like it's all bad.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you see the kind of like hate even in like the K-pop community. It's all younger people who are just bashing on the members. Like you guys don't realize that this game won't be here without all of the love interest, because it pulled the community together.
Yeah.
Like so it's crazy.
100%. Out of curiosity, I know in like China, I did a video on this recently. The age range in China is 18 plus for obvious reasons. You know, explicit material is illegal in China, so of course they'd make this 18 plus. But in a lot of global countries, Love and Deepspace is 12 plus. What do you guys think about that?
That's fucking insane to me. Honestly, like it should at least be 16 because of all. I mean, literally some of the freaking kindled. Like, are you serious? It has to be.
Like, I know
they would not put that on. It's like Grand Theft Auto. It should be like Grand Theft Auto rated.
That's like 18. Oh, people get murdered in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's MA. Okay, maybe not that, because that is. I forgot about all the other stuff in GTA. To be fair, I only went to the strip club in GTA, so that's all I know.
You were curious and wanted to explore that part of yourself through GTA.
Exactly.
Personally,
17
for
plus in the US.
is it 17 plus in the US or
I'm asking like what is 17 plus in the US?
That's a good. I can't actually think of anything explicit except for anything that is clearly an M-rated game.
I don't think that exists. I don't know. I don't think I know like you got 13 plus, like Peggy 13, 15, and then like 18 plus for like themes. But like I think like Love and Deepspace isn't an explicit game. It doesn't show anything explicit. I think people headcanon things that are way spicier than the game actually portrays. So when they hear minors playing the game or teens, they project those feelings onto the whole situation. So like, I'm thinking these thoughts about these allies. You must be thinking it too, which is weird. And I think that's what's happening in a lot of circumstances. The game is like soft 99% of the time. I don't think it deserves to be like 18.
But
Cabin dead?
No,
okay,
gosh.
okay, there we go.
Oh, hello. Sorry, scoff. My bad. Elon Musk Starlink internet. Goofy moment. Sorry, my bad. Carry on.
Yeah, no worries.
If I had a phone at like 13, which I guess is what that's rated here, if my mom saw me playing that freaking game, she would go apeshit on me. I swear.
For me, like I think the rating's fine, mostly because like like you said, like there isn't anything really inherently explicit. There's like alluded things at best, and it fades to white, fades to black, and it alludes to like the rocking chair and the boat. Anyway.
Yeah,
but,
turn off the music though. And
the sounds. No, the sounds. Oh my god.
Anyway, there's nothing inherently explicit. Nothing is really shown. It gets a little bit like dicey when we're seeing the guys in the towels, i.e. Sylus, but like there's nothing really there. Like it definitely feels like it's just everyone's headcanon like bleeding into the actual canon material. 100%. Because there's been so many instances where like I enjoy like a certain fandom and I run into a younger viewer that probably is also enjoying it, but for some reason they have the headcanon that and more explicit things are happening, quote quote, behind the scenes, and I'm like, what do you mean behind the scenes? What you get in the game is what you get. There is no behind the scenes behind these fictional characters.
They're like, you gotta read between the lines.
It's like, what between the lines? There is no in between.
I will. I don't care. I will read between the lines. I will make up my own shit. I don't care anymore. I'm
not saying headcanoning is bad. I'm just more of like the fact that a minor was potentially projected that like inappropriate things were happening behind the scenes that they don't see in the game or whatever they read on AO3 or wherever. They take it like too seriously that like the fandom is just creating their own headcanons and it should be treated separately from the game. You got to like have that clear separation. Like, which I guess in the way it would be better if the game was like 16 plus, because I feel like by 16 you kind of have sort of like a better grasp on the separation, but at the same time,
you understand like, context a bit more, and you understand the themes that are being told.
Yeah,
I don't think a fucking 12-year-old is really gonna relate much to, "Hey, honey, I'm home." You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they're fully gonna get that. You know? Okay. Oh my god, what was I up to? What did I even? Okay, do you know what? It's fine.
I don't remember the first question.
I don't. I've
kind of like snowballed
God,
into
here.
other things.
Yeah, we ended up here talking about again.
The ratings.
Age rating.
The age rating.
Yeah. So, Lynn, how about you? What do you think the age rating of the game should be?
Definitely not 12 plus is what I'm saying. It should be a little bit higher than that. I mean, I get it not being 18 plus because again, we don't have anything super explicit in it.
I think 16's good.
Yeah, I think 16 is good too because at least maybe it'll like filter out some of the community that shouldn't be here yet, talking about things that they shouldn't be talking about with people who are already of age.
Yeah,
because it creates like a really awkward situation. Like even me on like Twitter, like I'll see like people posting like sussy things, and I
Oh my
I want to
God.
comment back and be like, oh yeah, me too, but I don't know how
old they are. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I usually try to
1,000,000%.
limit like online interactions unless I know for sure,
Yeah.
okay, that person is clearly over 18. you
Yeah.
know?
Can I just
You know-
say some of the things people say, like I'm people know me as the Guna person, right? I say some insane shit about the allies. The things that people say on Twitter is crazy, like to the point it
Yes.
even makes me
I agree.
uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Yes,
yo,
it's like they'll
what
put
the
an entire fan fiction within a single tweet.
It's
And I'm like,
so
whoa.
weird. It's like people are like, I want to suck on Silas's toes. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to see that on my timeline.
Even on Instagram, it's like that too. Like, I'll be covering something and I'll be sharing my screen, but like the comment on the side is like this whole paragraph, like on the bathroom floor, in the shower, on the table. I'm like,
Oh my
whoa, 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 whoa. How do I hide this?
It's like if I know the person doing it, it's a different story. But if I don't know who they are, it's a
Yeah.
random person I've never come across in my like explore page. It's like I don't know if I signed up for this. You know what I mean? It's like a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially since, you don't know anybody's ages. It's crazy.
100%. Also, I have to say, Vic, don't worry, I'm not talking about you. I love you. It's not you. Don't worry. I'm not calling you out. All right. Moving on to, we're getting towards the end of some real questions. I won't keep you guys for too long. If you do have to go, don't worry. It's totally fine. I know we're going on for kind of long here, but I'll be real. This has been a great conversation so far. I got a
It's
couple more
been
questions. 100%.
Yeah, I don't get to talk to people who like Love and Deep Space in person, so this is
I don't
the
get to
closest I
talk
could
to
get.
people, period.
Oh,
The people I talk to are sick of me talking about it.
Oh, it's so funny. It's a great way to vent all our frustrations. I have one more controversial topic to cover, and then we'll go on to some nice things to kind of end off the podcast with. So, there has been a lot of male streamers, specifically straight males, who have been playing Love and Deep Space and dipping their toes into it. Of the people that I've seen, people have been mostly 99% of the time have been very respectful about the game and have understood completely why it's a game for females from my experience. Do you guys think it's a problem at all that men might play this game or even showcase it? Do you think that's invading on
absolutely
women's
not.
spaces in any way, and do you think it is a problem?
Nah.
it's
Nah.
only
They can
a
do it.
problem
They
if
can do
start
whatever they
bashing
want.
on the game.
Mm-hmm.
If they start like seriously hating on the game and calling women who play the game idiots or whatever,
Yeah, basically
or
being
if they
incels.
did
Harassment?
yeah, if they basically did what that Chinese rapper did for the game,
It's insane.
that's
Oh,
when I have a
God.
problem with the
Oh
situation.
god. Yeah.
That was so cringe.
Like I understand Love and Deep Space is like the hot topic in terms of like the female gamer like times. So I'm not surprised that there's like a lot of like male content creators trying to jump in and cash in on that.
Sure.
Like, so I'm totally fine with that. You know, it's if they take it to the point where like they try to like claim it and like, no, I'm gonna make this better. I'm gonna hate on this game. This game shouldn't exist. Like if it gets to like that point, and I'm like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You may want to
man.
stay in your own corner of the internet. Go
Yes.
go to your Arknights. Oh, like gacha game.
Go play
Go play
Nikkei.
Nikkei. Yeah, that's it.
Go play
Nikkei.
Snowbreak.
Or Nikkei,
Go play,
yeah.
play Brown Dust. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think it's fine. And honestly, all the dudes that are like pissed about it, I think they're just jealous.
Oh,
They're just
1,000,000%.
jealous.
They're insecure that women have like a way to vent out their feelings.
They don't want us to have this.
Yeah.
They don't like the Riz game that the guys have in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
basically.
They don't want competition, even though they weren't gonna get it anyways.
Yeah.
They're just jealous.
Maybe that's
There
why
is
they
this
can't get it.
one streamer. There's this one streamer I actually reacted to. His name is Kiwi in Japan.
Oh.
He's an Australian living in
Yes.
Japan who went to a Love and Deep Space cafe.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw that video. I thought that
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah, it was so fun, and his reactions are so genuine. And even though he doesn't like, he's very respectful. Even though he doesn't like the game or like like the guys, he's still like, oh, I see why people like this. I see why people enjoy this. So, yeah.
100%. And I parrot a lot of the same opinions you guys have had. If you're not causing a problem for us, we won't cause a problem for you. I think it's fine. I think the more exposure the game gets, the better, as long as it's positive. I think it does wonders for the community to try and bring more people in. I want more people from the EN side to play the game because it is 99% CN based community. I want more EN people to join in. I think it's cool. And I think there's also been a lot of like queer males who have been playing the game too. And I think that's totally fine. Like it is what it is. I think that's fine. I do think though, when people go as far as to say that, oh, we need like a male MC, I think that's where I kind of go, well, I understand why you'd want that, but it's an Otome game, and that's kind of where I draw the line. Like,
I was gonna say, because I have so my best friend IRL, he's gay, and he's played Otome games before. He plays like gacha games and stuff, and he's like, I always pick a girl for one, because growing up, he's like, I'm 30. Growing up, that was like the only choice you had, so it's fine. It doesn't break immersion that much.
Yeah, well, it gets kind of confusing, like, because the game on, like, I think Google or something, like, when you download the game, it says it's a dating sim and not an Otome game. So, I think that's where people get the assumption that there should be a male MC or there should be other sexualities represented.
Like, if you don't...
it should definitely be categorized as a Otome game.
I feel like a lot of people don't know what a Otome game is. Like, they won't know. Like, they don't. It's a dating sim, and they have no idea behind it. Of how it goes. Because even like because there's a lot of like strict unseen rules in the Otome community, right? Especially like you're not allowed to self-ship is like one of them. BL is not allowed with an Otome game. Male MCs aren't a thing. There's a lot of like hidden rules that people don't necessarily know when they come across like the IP for the first time.
Yeah. Although I will say, if there was a male MC, I would play as the male MC because it's just another like attractive voice you can listen to.
I would play for another I would play male for another reason.
Bro, I'll be real. I'm a yaoi enjoyer. I'll be real.
Yeah.
Oh my god, me too.
It's like Ken doll and Ken doll. Let's go.
That's why I relate to Raphael so much, because I'm like, wait, why can't I just have like a Raphael? Why can't I just play as Raphael?
Raphael's bestie material. It's so great. It's I love him. But no, I'm glad we agree on that one. Okay, so we talk about parasocialism. Or wrapping is up. Oh, did we talk about the 1 year anniversary predictions? What do you guys think will be the 1 year anniversary? What's gonna happen?
I think
I got no idea.
The closest guess is probably gonna be like there's gonna be a live stream. I think they're definitely gonna do a live stream. We're gonna have those kitties talk to us again, which is gonna be nice. We're probably gonna have like a group banner of some sort.
Oh,
like,
of course.
Like the Pulse Hunt banner, but something else maybe, hopefully better. Some events happening, definitely, but something close to like what they did with the 2.0 update. I don't know if we're gonna get like a main story update, but I hope we do, and I hope we see more Sylus. But that's just my opinion.
It definitely would be nice if we got more Sylus, because my god, the teams right now, I'm so sparse for Sylus memories.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be more Sylus colors. Like I need
they're
some.
not
I
going
need some
to
more
though. You just
purple.
know that they're not. They're just going to be stingy the whole time. Like
I have too many. They're all pink and green. I need more. I need red.
I really want to know what his next one is. Like if his
red and
next
blue
one is red, that would be kind of fun. Like I'll take a red or a yellow Sylus. That would be cool.
Oh, yellow. Yes.
We might.
I don't have a single yellow
in game right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I actually have the game pulled up.
Yo,
pull up the game
if it's red or yellow, I swear to God, I'm pulling. I swear to God, I'm pulling. I
Selection memories. It's a blue.
Oh, fuck off!
Oh man,
it's a blue.
You know what? Whatever.
Damn.
I'll just stick with my 4 stars. It's fine. Fucking so many of them. Okay, never mind. First of all, I'm not pulling for this banner. I want to, but like, I just don't see a practical reason to. Like I just don't see a practical reason to pull for it if I'm not going to use it or utilize it very well.
I'm just pulling on the banner because I have 100% for all of the collections for Sylus, so I'm like, I have to keep that going. I feel obligated to pull on it.
Yeah,
For me,
I'm
I'm
gonna pull on it
obligated.
because I'm just collecting all of the Sylus cards.
I can't afford to. I can't. I have nothing. I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
I'm personally obligated because I have friends that are Sylus simps and they want me to pull the cards so they can see the memory.
Oh, it's
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
It's okay, you whale. It's fine. You can pull it anyway. You can pull 5 of them. I don't hear. You know.
So
only
how
need
many
one
wishes?
copy.
So who's pulling tomorrow?
Not me.
I will be because I'm guaranteed. So, because I lost Xavier's, so I might as well just get Sylus.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
tragic.
know. Oh gosh, I don't, because the last one I pulled was the grassland one, and I skipped Raphael's into the canvas and Xavier's. Oh gosh, I don't know if I'm guaranteed, but I do
listen.
have 116
Yeah.
wishes.
Listen,
You can
look,
always double
I think-
check your
Yeah.
pull history.
I'll be real
Yeah,
though.
I'm like 34 pity away.
You're all so okay. I feel bad. I feel like
I don't
should be
know how to
pulling more.
see that.
It should be somewhere. Like you should be able to see like how many row away, or at least when the banner arrives, you could see how many you have.
Yeah, when the
left,
banner
so
gets
it'll
here, I'll be
fine.
able to see it.
Yeah. Speaking of memories, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Oh my god, night plumes.
Same. I love Night
Night
Plumes. It made me cry. It
Night
actually made me
Plumes?
cry.
Oh
I
my God.
cried. Oh.
What?
Do you want favorite overall or for each LI?
Each LI, let's do each.
Ooh, yeah, each LI.
I haven't
Hang on,
seen
I'm
enough
looking.
of each of them to like give a favorite for all of them. But I know Night Plumes is my favorite for Sylus, 100%. Or for Zane, maybe. I think his Misty Invasion has to be my favorite. Oh no, exclusive tutorial is my favorite for Zane.
For me, for Zane's, my personal favorite, it has not budged, is still Business Trip.
I that was I love that one.
Oh, that came out before I started.
Don't we get on top of his lap or something in that one?
Yeah,
Is
so
that-
is that the
the
one?
Business Trip is actually part of the standard banner, so
Yeah,
you can actually
yeah.
get it from the
Oh, maybe
X-Space.
I
I
do
pulled
have
it
that.
twice,
I do
losing
have
my
I think I
50-50s.
do.
Yeah.
Because for me, I just love the whole entire day, not just the kindled part, but the whole entire
Yeah.
day. Because
I
you
do
can
have
see,
Business Trip.
because just with Zane having to resist showing affection because
Yep.
he's not the type of man that shows affection in public. Like he
Yes.
only does it in private, which is what I
Yep.
love about him. So like him like resisting showing affection all the way up until we get to the MC's apartment, and he's like, "Just open the door, please."
I
And
love
then
that one
as soon
so
as
much.
You guys are inside. He just like full hug and like affection, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, please!"
Love bombing. Like basically like he's I love Zane for that. He's my second favorite, and that's what I love about him. Like like you say, in public he's very reserved, but as soon as that door closes, it's like, all right, you want my everything. I'm devoting myself to you, and however far you want to go, I'll go. And I love that about him.
Yeah. That would actually be my favorite memory too with Zane. The business trip.
My favorite of Zane's is I think the Misty Invasion.
Oh, the hidden
My
motive.
favorite of Sylus is Lost Oasis, though, of course. Obviously.
Ooh, yes. When he picks us up, he
Raphael,
loves
I
picking
think I
us
have
up.
two.
Oh my god.
Yes, I love it. I'm a bottom through and through.
Oh my god.
But for
That is so
Raphael,
funny.
I have two. It's the gym affection and your fragrance. And
Yeah, mine is
Xavier
gem
would have
affection,
to be no restraint.
Ooh.
No restraint was crazy. His was
Mhm.
probably the spiciest in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
His hand on our thigh. Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you a
Yup.
taste test. What? What do you mean?
Yeah, that was wild.
Time for a taste test.
Yes.
Excuse
He
me?
was like, you need to do it harder. I was like, what do you
Yes.
harder? Excuse me?
I'm like, oh my god, he's me.
It's so funny. Honestly, Freaky Xavier was my favorite revelation of Misty Invasion. Like it really opened a door. And ever since
Yeah.
then, I've been going back and reading some of his stuff, and I'm like, damn, like he internalizes a lot of his. He's a little bit like Zane like that. He internalizes a lot of what he says, but he's still like outwards with it. But like he will,
Mhm.
he thinks a lot of things. He just tries to be, you
Yeah.
know, a bit stoic about it a little bit. It's just,
Yeah. He has very much that Scorpio energy.
Very much so, yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, for Xavier, my favorite memory probably has to be his myth memory, the Midnight Whispers with the Lumiere set. Like, mostly because it's like the first time I think we see him like being actually really like visibly jealous and bold. And he's like, all right, who do you like more, me or Lumiere? And I'm like, oh my God,
shit.
This guy is getting a little in my face. Yeah. Hell yeah, let's go.
That's when I realized that I like Xavier too. So he's definitely my bias wrecker if I had to say anybody.
I'll be real. I think Xavier to me has the best lore so far, or the best story around his actual character.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I agree.
I think Xavier is kind of carrying the lore. I think his lore is carrying
his lore. Oh my God, his lore is so tragic.
It's so
tragic.
It's so tragic, but like I agree with Ufi. It's so connected to the overall main story. Like it's insane.
It's the most connected, yeah.
And it makes me excited to see how the others will play a role into this going forward. But like, my God, like this could be a whole other podcast talking about like lore and theories. I think we should totally do that. Like we should totally do that like another
so
time.
Much fun.
Because we all have a lot to say, and I feel like just one thing: Love and Deepspace has the most complicated lore to piece together out of any fucking story I've ever experienced. Like it's so like you think one thing, then you go, actually that doesn't make sense, and then you try another theory, it goes, well that doesn't make sense either. Like there's so many theories out there, and we're so sparse on main story that we can't confirm any of it. That's what's annoying to me. There's no way to
it feels like
confirm.
It feels like one of those like giant jigsaw puzzles that is just one color.
And it's either they're building a really great story or they have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like, it's one of the two. You know what I mean? And we'll find out. We'll find out if they're cooking.
I just hope it doesn't become like a Kingdom Hearts situation, because that storyline is convoluted.
My God, it'd be so much. But hey, Ufi, more videos for you if that's the case.
I was trying to understand the lore, so I was researching like online like, who has like the best like comprehension of the lore, and there was this post on Tumblr who said
I think I've seen the exact same one. I know what you're on about.
The one where it's like if you follow Xavier's lore, you actually understand everybody else's. Because I thought when I first experienced the myth with the standard myth with Zane, I was like, oh, is this probably is like a past life? And come to find out, it's actually future on Philo after the Earth was destroyed. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So then everything. So then, you know what? That kind of makes me think that Sylus is also a time traveler, like
100%.
Xavier.
I think the exact same thing, because even again, oh my God, we're talking about lore and theories.
He pinpointed.
Like on his
trailer, he pinpointed her exact spot in time.
And on the trailer, it gives not only a location but a time period. It literally shows him traveling through time to get to where like the MC is. And it's like, bro, everyone's when you introduce time traveling, everything just becomes oh my God, time traveling.
I love it so much.
Time traveling and multiverses, like oh my God,
that is my
so
jam.
Much.
I started making lore content for Honkai Impact 3rd because it was all about parallel universes, bubble worlds, all kinds of different worlds with the same characters. And now this,
God, Ufi,
and I'm
so
obsessed.
excited to watch your videos on lore. This is the first time that I've heard about you. I've seen your cosplay before, and it looks amazing.
Oh my God, Ufi's cosplay!
I know that
your Camellia's insane, by the way.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Right,
Thank you.
Ufi does amazing lore. I thought about I'm gonna try to do lore videos, but every time I wrote a script, I'm like, I don't agree with my own script anymore, and I ended up getting too annoyed to finish it. So I'll touch on theories, but like, oh my God, I'm looking forward to your lore videos. You're gonna cook so hard.
I'm actually also working on lore videos. I've been writing for like a few months now, and like, oh my God, this putting everything together has been like a hair-tearing experience so far.
1,000,000%.
It takes so much more work than people realize.
Oh, so much.
Because like the script, I feel like the script is like the easiest part of it all, and then like the actual making the video part is like the hard part. Like the script part is the fun part. Like that's the brain rot, crack theory brain stuff that my brain enjoys. But the video editing stuff is what takes me the longest, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And especially with the branching the branching storylines coming out, like I don't want to like release a lore video on Xavier only to find out, oh look, the branching
100%.
story added something, and I'm like, shit, I should have waited.
Exactly. I thought I was gonna do one for Zane, and then the branching story came out, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't. you know, because like there's like more to talk about. Same thing with all the others, but no, I fully agree. We should definitely have another podcast where we talk about our theories. But just to kind of touch on something, guys, Sylus myth. Okay, everyone's been wanting it. I feel the earliest I feel we're gonna get it is November, because I think it was 4 months or more than that, 4 or 5 months before like we had the first one for one of the other allies. I think it was Xavier was the first one. Don't quote me on that one, but it could be any time after November. I feel like we might get a Sylus myth.
I hope they're not waiting till April.
Yeah, it went Raphael's myth first, and then Xavier, and then Zane's.
Yeah, I remember Zane was last. Yeah, okay. Because Zane was like 6 months after, I think, launch, like from January, maybe 7 months, something like that. So we could be waiting a while for Sylus myth. It could be anywhere from November onwards. What do you guys think it's going to be? I'll be real. I'm fully involved in the Hades Persephone theories and the influences that it's had on Sylus, so I would love if it's something related to that. But do you think we're going to see anything about his true form in this myth?
I hope so. At least like a little bit of a tease at the very end. I mean, we've been looking at that one video of him holding like a blade to his chest for like how long. I've dissected that like bit by bit, almost
frame by frame,
pixel, trying to freaking figure out what it means. So I hope we get something related to that, at least just a little bit.
It's like an inkling or something.
Yeah,
a little tease, or even if he just talks about it and like just kind of opens up more about his like what happened before he came to Earth. Anything along those lines would be awesome.
So for me, I feel like it may have something to do with his time being in the desert, because I know in Lost Oasis, he did mention that he was like alone in the desert for some time before he was found by the lady. And then like he was able to like nurse himself back to health, because, you know, the desert just full sun. He hates the sun.
Yeah,
so like he was probably at his weakest point. So I would like to see an expansion on that.
Yeah, that's probably what it will probably be.
100%. The amount of times though that the MC in Sylus has been depicted as a devil, though, I think is very interesting. Like he's kind of been pictured as a devil and demon. He's been drawn that way. He's even like in Lost Oasis, he even spoke about that himself. So I'm kind of wondering if they're alluding to something there or foreshadowing something. I know a lot of people wanted to be a vampire, but I'll be real, I don't subscribe to that. I don't think I've seen enough to kind of prove that theory at all for me. But yeah.
So I think he's kind of like how Mephisto in Marvel is depicted as like the devil. He's not like the devil, but he's like a demon person.
Yeah. Mephisto is a messenger of Lucifer, I believe, like in actual like mythology.
Yeah.
100%. So
I
agree
wouldn't be surprised if he was like an experiment that gone wrong. You know how with like Ever and with the Wanderer situation in the Branch story. So I'm thinking if Sylus is from the future, right? So maybe he came from a world where they were able to successfully create like a monster or like a weapon or something.
Yeah,
so
he does have the ether core eye.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people
that might come back and like he's part Wanderer or something.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying the whole Wanderer theory is true, because he does often say that, you know, like you and I are the same, right? Like he said that to the MC, and we do know that, you know, she was experimented on the MC. Was it ever? You know, we don't have clear answers for all of this. I would be interested to see if that Wanderer theory holds true for sure. Absolutely.
Surprise, MC is part Wanderer too. Oh my god.
Yeah, everyone's part Wanderer. That's the thing. Everyone will become a Wanderer, is a Wanderer, past, present, or future. You know what I mean? Like, but
it's like Scar and the Tacit Discord.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
But I think the game is gearing up for a huge event. As we all know, the world is about to get fucked up in a major way. Like, we all know the world, we're on the cusp of Lincoln is about to be torn apart. The world's about to be torn apart. We're imminent away from a huge disaster happening, and I can't wait to see what they're cooking. I'm excited. I have faith that we'll get a new storyline. I just hope it's soon. I'll be real. I don't know about you guys. I just want more main story.
Yeah,
now.
me
Story
too.
updates in this game are so slow. It took them 7 months, 6 months to get the main story
Yep.
updated. That was
Mhm.
insane. I was like, what? And that's also one of the driving reasons why I wanted to make content creation, because I wanted to talk to other people about like the lore of this game. Like, where do you think it's gonna go? Because we're so like starved on content in Love and Deep Space.
We're so invested.
Yep. I think that's what it is. A lot of people just want an outlet to discuss their theories because the game purposefully is so vague about it that we have to go for other people. I think it's a great way of forming a community, to be honest, because you have to go elsewhere to
Yeah.
search for people's
Yeah.
opinions. I think it's almost intentional that they're kind of vague about it. Like I think it's cool. But
That's smart if so. Now
Mhm.
now that you say that, that would
Like,
be a smart thing to do.
yeah. I've always thought that
Also,
Unfold
kind
was
of like an
super
easy
greedy.
shortcut to not make content.
Yeah.
that's so true.
We'll
Other
just let
people
them
do
make
it for you.
communities and talk to each other about it, and they
Oh
can
my
make their
God.
own content.
That's so funny.
Or they could give us ideas about what.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
the actual
They're gonna
content of
steal
what.
our ideas.
100%.
We literally are making the content.
It's true. And you know what? That's a good way to kind of round this off. It's been so good to see the Love and Deep Space community grow in the EN side the past couple of months. And I've seen so many new content creators, like even like this past couple of weeks, who have been coming out doing their own reactions, talking about the game. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I want to see more people creating content. And this is kind of a message. I've had a lot of like DMs and like comments from people being like, oh, like I would love to be on this podcast, but like I haven't made content yet, but I have like a lot of opinions. I just want to say, piece of advice, grab a mic, grab some footage, talk over it. I promise you, people want to hear what you have to say with Love and Deep Space. I promise you, people want to hear what you have to say, and it's so easy to get started and give your thoughts out there. It really is. Like, I feel like Love and Deep Space is one of the most sought out gachas that people want to consume content for right now. Even reactions, just give your thoughts,
Yep.
give your honest feelings, and people love it. I promise. It's so do it today. If you want to be one of those people, you have thoughts, do it today. Make
like a
videos.
salesman.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, 'cause
I want
I
more
technically
creators.
haven't posted anything for like my own opinions on Love and Deep Space on my YouTube channel, but
You stream the game.
We're
a
get-
lot,
we're getting
though.
there.
You stream the game.
I have a
Mhm.
question. If it's not too late to ask,
Sure.
I didn't know when I could ask this question, but what do you think about? Do you think that there are going to be more gacha games coming out that's more female oriented, like Love and Deep
Yes.
Space?
I
I
hope
really think
so.
that we need something like that to like combat Love and Deep
Mhm.
Space's like way of marketing their game.
100%.
So I really hope so. Something comes out. What do you guys think?
I hope so.
Yep. I think
Like
Love and Deep
Wuthering
so
Space.
Waves
as well,
needs
but
more
they-
men.
There's a high bar here. Just saying.
Love and Deep
That is
Space is the
true.
Genshin of Otomi games in gacha. I feel like.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
agree.
going to be the one that it will be compared to forever with everyone else. So that's the bar. I agree with Tama. It's very high. They'll do it, but it's high.
The bar is very high. Yep.
Mhm.
I'm still looking forward to it though. I mean, different stories, different guys. It'll be fun.
For sure. But you
Yes.
just know we're going to get like toxic people being like, oh, it's not as good as this one. Or like, this
Oh,
will
yeah,
never
you saw
take
that
away.
with Wuthering Waves
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a
It's
copy of
gonna
Love and
happen
Deep
again.
Space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
oh
they
my
copied
God.
this.
It's so insane. It's so crazy.
They're like Love and Deep Space could never.
Lads could never, bro. But they cooked with the lads shortening though. Like, that's an insane
Yeah, that's so perfect.
the lads game. Yeah, it's so perfect for them. I think they really cooked in their marketing, and it's so good. And I have a lot of faith in them. Are there any more questions you guys have that you want to talk about real quick?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Yeah, I
All
don't.
right. What's one piece of advice you want to give to people out there who also want to make content around Love and Deep Space?
Just
Do it.
do it.
Yes.
You don't have to be a whale. That's what YouTube's for.
Yeah,
It's so true.
I mean, if
just
somebody
look
did it,
everything
like,
up.
If somebody was like a channel to focus on battle, or somebody did a channel to just focus on being free to play, like I think that's something that might be missing in this community
Mhm.
too, because there are a lot of people who are asking for guides on how to do like the Abyssal Chaos or the Deep Space Trials. And personally, I would love to, but I'm just not a battle focused girly. So
Same.
I wouldn't do it justice. But if somebody is and wants to make that kind of content, go for it. Go for it.
100%.
Yeah, we need a Love and Deep Space Braxophone.
The closest I know is that there's like a Twitter account that's actually dedicated for like Love and Deep Space like battle stuff, and that's cool. I'm like, I just wish this was in video form.
100%.
Yeah,
like that would be so cool.
And like having like proof of videos and stuff like that. Like my account's just not set up to be that way.
It's so true. I have a video that I've made of like a Zane guide of how to battle with Zane, but the problem I've had with making guides like this is that I don't have all the cards. I physically like can't show what I want to talk about. That's one of the downsides of this, is sometimes you kind of have to be a whale a little bit to kind of have the things to demonstrate what you have to talk about. That's one of the limiting factors, and I've just been like, damn, like I wish there was a way of
because
doing
like
it.
for like Star Rail and all like a bunch of other games, you can be, you know, get the beta and you get the character in the beta and you can basically get everything maxed out and, you know, build a pretty good guide on the character before, you know, using your actual account. So
100%. This is the message to Infold, Paper Games, Love and Deep Space. Maybe we should consider doing something like that. You know, that'd be cool. Like
creator betas.
Yeah, that'll be very cool. But then you have the issue of leaks. But so does every gacha.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, this has been.
I pinky promise I won't do leaks.
We pinky promise. This has been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming on and speaking with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. You are all wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Chat, make sure you go and subscribe to everybody here today. Thank you to Lynn the Gacha Goblin. Thank you to Tama. Thank you to Ufi. Thank you to chat for being absolutely awesome and respectful and sitting here for 2 hours a day. We appreciate it. Absolutely follow everybody and have a good time. I appreciate y'all for coming here and doing this. I hope you had a great time. And if you need anything ever, DM me. I swear to God, like anything at all. You want to chat about Love and Deep Space? I want to chat about Love and Deep Space, and I would love to have you all back.
Can we keep this group chat so that I can scream about Love and Deep Space things to you guys?
1,000,000%. I'm so down.
Can I add you guys as friends?
Yeah, of course.
It's totally fine.
Of course. I would love to maybe expand this cast next time. Maybe we should grab some more people on to talk about Love and Deep Space. And that'd be great. So no, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Absolutely space conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yes, and also if you guys want to go experience memories that you for some reason can't find on YouTube, I got most of them. So
yeah,
I can screen share it into Discord that lets you guys go play vicariously through.
Yes, thank you. Whale privileges. We appreciate it so much.
So clutch.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys, and hopefully we can do this again in a couple weeks' time when we have a bit more to talk about, and we can talk about theories and lore and all that good stuff.
We could do it. Yeah, we could totally do it after like Raphael's branch story comes out.
Yes, 1,000,000%. I'd appreciate that. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Remember to like this video, subscribe, comment down below what you thought about this. Go subscribe to everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.